Well, hello, Fort McMurray. It's time for this month's episode of Let's Talk Lending. Barb, we have something to talk about. There was a rate hold announcement. What happened?
They lowered it finally. You're right. Oh, Melanie, I've never been so happy to be wrong because it feels like a weight lifted. So you are totally entitled to that. You were right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was t-shirts. If some of you may remember from like the early 2000s, the I'm right, one of the banks had the I'm right t-shirts. And it's like, if I had that, I'd be ripping it on. Like, yes.
So cool.
Anyway, so yes, what we are going on and on about is that the Bank of Canada has dropped the rates by 0.25%. How long have I been saying this? Like, it's been months that I've been saying this. And when did you think it was going to happen?
I thought it would be closer to September.
Right. Yeah. And so, okay, but what's really, okay, it's come down, but what is the big change going to be? Like, do you see variable rates coming down more aggressively? Do you see fixed rates coming down? What does this mean in your world for getting mortgages?
Well, the variable rate mortgages, we'll see the rate come down. Depending on the type mortgage and the lender you have your mortgage with determines when. Some lenders, it's the first of next month that they'll see a payment change. If you have a static payment where your payment doesn't change, but the rate does, so the amount of interest that you're going to pay will be less, that'll happen right away. And it does have an indirect impact when the bank lowers their rates on the bond market, on the stock market, because there's more confidence, and we started seeing that already last week where bond yields did start to come down because the market was anticipating that the rate was going to be lowered. So it's positive. Doesn't mean that you're going to see fixed rate mortgages drop by 0.25% too, but it should all follow suit, right? Like there's more of a spread when the bond yields are lower, and lenders have a little more room to bring them rates down as well, right? So fixed rates haven't been as high as the variable rates have been for a long time. Like you can get a fixed rate mortgage 5-year term, 4.69. So quite a big difference between that 4.69 and what the prime minus 0.9, which is about what most lenders are offering on a variable rate. So there's been a good difference there anyways, and lower, of course, if we can see the fixed rates come down as well. That's definitely a positive thing.
Interesting. Okay, so Barb, here's the question. When is the right time for a buyer to buy?
The right time for a buyer to buy is when the buyer is ready. You can't time the market. Nobody knows what the housing market even is going to do. So if you're ready, you've got your down payment saved, we're looking at what debt servicing looks like when we're looking at your application. If you're comfortable with the payment it is that you're going to be making, like a mortgage is for a long time, right? So you're not marrying the rate. It is going to change eventually. So when you're ready is the best time to buy.
Right. So if I'm just going to hop over, we don't have a presentation today because I just wanted to show some of what's going on with the statistics. So if we look at the all statistics here, some of the interesting thing is that we have a balanced market as of last month. We had the little blip of the fire. Okay. So sales weren't quite as good as last month. If we're looking at single family homes here, and this is all areas, average price is up. Why? Because the higher end stuff is starting to sell. So if we look at this here, we can see that there's been 2 houses sell over $1 million, Barb. So we're already at 7 homes over 800,000. All of last year, there were only 7 homes that sold between 8 and 900,000. We're already matching that. And it's the beginning of June. So I'm forecasting myself that we're going to beat last year's numbers when it comes to single family home sales. This is all north of the bridge, by the way. And this here is so we're doing well. So if I show, I'm going to share my other sheet here. Give me one moment. And where I show, here we go. The all stats. So if we look at everything that's for sale, our inventory is below where it was last year. 2022, sales were so good that month. That's why the inventory came down, but once the rate holds started to change, that's when we saw the inventory shoot up, and pretty drastically. That was 2022. That was the start of it. We are below last year's numbers, but again, last month we didn't beat last month's number from the year before, but April was definitely better than last year's April. Just the fire, I just feel like maybe a week and a half, just the evacuation kind of just scared people, just put things on pause. But we are in a balanced market, which means the good stuff is going to get picked off in the first 2 weeks. If it's not priced right, it's going to sit. And if it's been sitting for a long time, it's going to be considered a buyer's property, a buyer's market property, which means you're probably not going to get list price. So it's still incredibly important for you to price your property properly. I have buyers. They're looking for the right thing. They feel that they have time. But we're also going to see, I think, the end of school is coming. We're going to see some more home sales, some more properties come on the market. So I'm going to stop sharing that screen. But I think, Barb, what do you think? I think we're going to have a really strong fall market because, I think people have been waiting for these rates to come down. Okay. Next rate hold announcement is when?
July 24th.
What are you thinking?
I don't think we'll see a change.
Okay. I want to say down, right? Only because my favorite economist, Benjamin Tal from CIBC, is saying that it's going to come down in June. He says June, July, September, and October.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're so cautious. I mean, he's been so right when he talks about they would overshoot raising rates. Now they're still overshooting by keeping it so high for so long because they're part of the problem. Like Canada and Norway are the only countries in the entire planet that use mortgage costs and housing costs inside of inflation costs.
I didn't know that, actually. First time.
Stupid. So stupid, right? Like, why? I don't understand. Anyways, but when do you think the next rate drop will be?
I think we'll see one in September because there won't be a meeting in August. So September, if the numbers again come in, like they're going to be cautious, but I think if they see what it is that they want to see, and there's always a lag, right? They know that. So maybe now they're starting to see, and they did overshoot and they may now start moving them down faster. I don't know that, but I sure would love to see that. Yes.
Next year is an election year. It's coming down. It's coming down, right? Like all indications are going that way. So it's just a matter of how quickly. And, I see a very strong, I think that this fall market is going to be stronger than the spring market this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I think. So if you have questions about what's going on in the market, whether you've got questions about, a good rate, how to get a mortgage, you hiring a great realtor to help you get the right house for you. We are the tag team, and you could just put your information in letstalklending.com. Barb and I would be very happy to get that information out to you and give you a hand. But Barb, I was right.
Right.
I'm gonna enjoy that for a little while.
Melanie, you were right. Yeah.
I love it. All right, do us a favor, tag a friend, share this video. Let's get the word out there about what is really happening in the real estate market right now and how to get yourself a mortgage. So, Barb, the 24th of July, we have a date.
We do.
We have a date. All right, Fort McMurray, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Bye.